This video presentation of Life Partners Holding Inc. It's a NASDAQ capital market stock trading our ticker LPHI. I don't know what went on fundamentally with this company back here in September, but just a huge surge in stock price from $1.37 all the way up to over $4. Despite a large retrace, share price has held a strong support level and is further making higher lows and broke back out again last week. Now it closed well off of the highs on Friday, so I want to talk about what I'd look for in this chart from both upward and pullback standpoints. Across last year, there's just a great uptrend in the MACD, showing a lot of bullishness to the trend. Even on the retrace, held over top of zero, dropped another bullish cross, and is making another upward move now. Of course, this all started off a PPO ADX pinch. Now both the PPO and ADX are in strong positions for continued upward pressure at this point. MFIs, very strong look. People are paying higher prices for the stock, but are approaching oversold levels, which could give hints for potential little pullback. Accumulation distribution seems to have found a base. Shaking money flow holding in the green. Readings over zero show that buying pressure is outweighing selling pressure over the last 20 periods. CCI, technically speaking, the buy point was the break of 100. It would be a hold until it breaks back down through 100. The full stow, it's a gauge of momentum. Similar to other indicators, holding the upper half signifies bullishness. And the tricks, like the MACD, it's a gauge of trend. It's a very slow moving indicator. I look for upward channels and readings over top of zero to show a strong bullish trend to the chart. RSIs have basically been holding over top of 50 ever since that strong move at the end of September. Again, up above 70, some people read that as an overbought condition. Momentum traders read it as being in the power zone and showing a great deal of momentum. I ultimately look at it with a little bit of caution. Yes, indeed, there is a lot of momentum in it, but I'm careful to notice all the buying pressure and pay attention to see if the stock's closing near highs or not. Now the candle that it made on Friday is still considered a doji, although the long upper shadow makes me pay attention to it a little bit more because the stock lost momentum heading into the weekend. So the first thing I do is identify the nearest support level, and that's right there around 275. It was a resistance point earlier on in the year, a resistance point again back here in November. And if the chart wants to pull back, that'll be the first point I'd look at to hold. Beneath that, I'd come right back down here around $2.40. Ultimately, that would be the lowest level I'd want to see the stock go to. The 50-day moving average and the 200-day moving average are both right in that area. That's a strong area of support. And although there is some more that comes back down here, all the way down to around $2 up to 208, the chart's been making higher lows for the last few months, and I want to see that upward progression continue. Now, in a perfect world, as I say, 275. If stock price pulls back to there and even bases sideways in classic TA fashion, holds that old resistance point as a new support level, it really increases the odds it's going to try and take another run upward and possibly challenge some old resistance points around $4.12. But before it even gets there, I'd really look for resistance to start to get pretty heavy right around $3.65. I'd pay attention to volume, 163,000 shares traded. It's not the worst liquidity in the world, but it's not a huge amount of volume either. Any pressure on that resistance point, I'd be looking for volume to pick up and show people are seeing it as a technical breakout and as a buying opportunity. Beyond that, there's still some resistance points around $4.50 that'll be pretty tough, which will soon become one-year highs as this month winds towards a close. That still represents almost a 50% gain from Friday's closing price, so I don't put too much concern into that in the immediate future. What I'm more interested in is if a true bottom was established in August through October, and this nice upward trend the chart's putting together. So I'll be watching for how the stock reacts early this week, see if this long-legged doji is a little bit of a sign of weakness near a short-term top, and if a pullback's going to happen, where it's going to define new support. But as of where it stands right now, in a little bit broader perspective, it looks like this chart's got a real good chance of continuing this upward path of making higher lows and higher highs. Those are the type of things that I'd be looking for in the LPHI chart. But as always, merely my interpretation. Thank you for watching and trade smart.